Hi everyone, this is Venkat Narayana from Sunya Technologies. Today I am going to discuss object-oriented programming in C#. This is continuation to previous video, part 32, go-to statement in C#. Please go through previous video before going through this video. What is object-oriented programming? Object-oriented programming is a programming paradigm based on the concept of classes and objects which can contain data and behavior. Data in the form of fields, often known as attributes or properties, and behavior in the form of functions, often known as methods. We'll use classes and objects in object-oriented programming. What is a class? A class is a template or blueprint to create an object. What is an object? An object is a physical entity which occupies memory. An object contains data and behavior. We'll discuss this concept using Visual Studio. Launch Visual Studio and create C# console application. Here we have class program and it contains main method. For example, I need to store integer value in the variable, then declare integer variable int is equal to 10. Here this is the integer variable and storing 10. Now I need to store name. I will declare string variable string name equal to Ram. Here this variable is storing integer and this variable is storing string. But I need to store collection of values. If you want to store collection of values, then we need to create array. Here I will create integer array int arr equal to new int and declare size 5. Here values 2, 4, 1, 5, 7. Here this is the array and storing integer values. Now I need to store collection of names. Then I will declare array of strings string names equal to new string Ram, Ravi, Krish. Here in this variable we are storing integer value. In this variable I am storing one name. If you want to store collection of integer values, then I declared one integer array and store collection of integers. If you want to store collection of names, here I declared array of strings and store collection of names. But if you want to print related data, for example, here I need to print Ram ID. So then here we stored IDs in different array. So here we don't have relation between these two arrays. Then it will be problem to store collection of data related to particular item. So here we'll go for classes. Class is a template. Class will be used to categorize the data, and using classes we can create the objects. For example, I need to maintain information about students. So student contains ID, name, city, section. Like we have different types of data. We need to maintain all the data using single variable. Then we'll go for classes. Create a class student. Student contains ID. Here public int ID, public string name, public string city. Here student is the class and it contains data like ID, name, city. Class contains data and behavior. Here these are the variable to store data. Here these are data members or fields. Every student contains some behavior. Those behaviors we can provide using functions or methods. For example, student can write the exam, can read the subject. So those are the functions or methods. We can declare the functions public void read console.writeLine reading. Student can write the exams public void write console.writeLine writing. Student can attend the classes public void attend classes console.writeLine attend classes These are functions or methods. In object-oriented program, classes contains two things. Those are data members and behavior. We can define data members using fields and we can define behavior using methods. Here these are data members and these are methods. Class will be used as a template to create instances of a class. Here we will not allocate memory for the classes. We need to create objects for the classes. Later we need to allocate memory for the objects. How to create objects? The class name is student. S1 equal to new student. Here every student contains some properties. S1 dot id equal to 1. S1 dot name equal to Ram. S1 dot city equal to Bangalore. Here this is the information about student S1 and S1 student can do something. So those are functions or methods. S1 dot, here we have read, attend classes and then write. S1 dot read, S1 dot write, S1 dot attend classes. We'll create one more object, student S2 equal to new student. Here the student contains some different behavior and properties. S2 dot id equal to 2, S2 dot name equal to Ravi, S2 dot city equal to Hyderabad. Here S2 student can do some other tasks. S2 dot read, S2 dot attend class. Here this student doing tasks like reading and attend classes. He is not writing exams. So here this is the object S1 and this is the object S2. Each object contains their own behavior and data. If you want to define data and behavior, then we need to use classes and objects. Here classes will be used to categorize the data. Later objects will be used to provide data and behavior. We'll execute this code. F11. Here we declare the variables. First we create student S1. It's called new student. And then S1 dot id. Here we have student class and we declare the variables and methods. Here we created object. Using class members, we will provide behavior and data for those objects. Here S1 dot id is equal to 1. S1 dot name is equal to Ram. S1 dot city is equal to Bangalore. Here this is data of student S1. Here id, name, city. Then this object can read, write, attend classes. Here read, write, attend class. So here reading, writing, attend class. Student S2, it contains different data. Here S2 contains ID, 2, city, Hyderabad, name, Ravi. Later, this student can read and attend class. He don't have capability to write exams. F11, reading, attend class. Here reading, attend class. What we understood based on this program is, here we declared individual variables. If we declare individual variables, we can store individual data. If you want to store collection of data, then we need to declare arrays. Here we declare array of integers and it will store only integers. Here we declare array of strings and store names. If you want to store related data into single variable, then we need to go to classes. Here class is a template to create instances. Here I need to store information about students. So I created student class. It contains 3 variables to store data and this class contains 3 functions. Here we create object and each object contains their own behavior and data. Here this object contains read, write, attend classes functionalities, and this object contains read and attend classes functionality. Now we'll discuss one more example why we need to use object oriented programming. Here I have Flipkart website. I need to maintain information about mobiles. So here I will click on electronics. Here we have different companies like MI, Realme, Apple, like that. Now I need to maintain information about Apple. Here I will click Apple. Here Apple is not a mobile. It is a categorization of mobiles. So we'll create class as a Apple. Once we click Apple, here we have different mobiles. I'll click on mobiles. Here we have different mobiles. So these are objects. Like this object contains different data and behavior. This object contains different data and behavior. I'll open this one. Here we have specifications for the mobile. I click on read more. This is data about iPhone. Here model number, model name, color, SIM type, touch screen. These are the data about iPhone. And these are the features of iPhone. So we'll create features as a functionalities. I'll open one more. Here right click, open new tab, read more. Here property of Apple iPhone is red, and here touch screen is OTG compatible, no. Like that each mobile contains their own data and behavior. So we'll create class as Apple, that is categorization. Later each model created as a one object. Then that object contains their own data and behavior. Here I'll remove this class, I'll remove this data. Here I need to maintain information about Apple mobile. So create a class Apple, class Apple. Here every Apple mobile contains some data and behavior. So here color, SIM type, touch screen, model name, like that. I'll create data members, public, string. Here we have model name, later model number, public, string, model number, later touch screen, public, string, touch screen. And each mobile contains features. So features are like calling, optical zoom, flash, HDD recording, video recording, like that. Here we have functions for Apple class, public, void, call, console.writeline, make call, public, void, video record, console.writeline, video record. Once we create class, then we need to create objects. Every object contains their own behavior and data. Here this mobile color is red and it contains different features. And this mobile contains different properties and different behavior. So here each object contains different behavior and different data. And also every customer will buy this product. So now we need to store information about customer. Then we need to create one more class as a customer. Here create a class customer. Customer contains different data and behavior like public, int, customer ID, public, string, name, public, string, city. This is the data about customer. Here customer can do few things. Those are, he can order the product, he can cancel the product. So here public, void, make order, console.writeline, make order. You can cancel order, public, void, order cancel, console.writeLine order cancel. Here, if you want to store information about Apple mobiles, then we need to create objects to store information about Apple mobile. If you want to store information about customer, then we need to create objects for the customers, and each customer contains their own data and behavior. So, classes and objects are the basic pillars of the object-oriented programming. What we discuss in this video is object-oriented programming is a programming paradigm based on concept of classes and objects. It can contain data and behavior, data in the form of fields, and behavior in the form of functions. A class is a template or blueprint to create an object. An object is a physical entity which occupies memory. An object contains data and behavior. From this example, here Apple is the class. It contains categorization of mobiles. Once we go to Apple class, here we have individual objects. Each object contains their own data and behavior. So these are the actual objects or physical entities. That's it for today. If you like this video, please share with your friends and subscribe to my YouTube channel for future videos. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day.